Hi, and welcome to Business Advice and Tax Tips. Today we're going to talk about, I thought we'd talk about some campaign promises that are tax related since there's kind of a hold on the stimulus. So first, I'm Michelle Burke coming to you live from Annapolis, Maryland. Many of you know that after 30 years in the corporate tax world, I went out on my own and created Health and Taxes. There are only two things certain in life, death and taxes. Let's flip that to health and taxes. I come to you live both on Facebook and on YouTube, 5 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday to bring you an update on the stimulus and bring some business and tax advice. Let's just call those tips. It's not truly advice. Make sure you reach out to your true tax advisor to get real advice, but some tax tips. Today, though, while votes are still being counted, nothing's moving forward with the stimulus. So I thought I would talk about some of those campaign promises that have been made that are somewhat tax related. We do know that before the election, that the House of Representatives was controlled by the Democrats, and it's looking like that will continue to be the case in 2021. However, the Democrats have lost some ground, and they'll probably be less of a majority, even though they are still going to be a majority. The Senate was where the Democrats were hopeful to gain some seats. And we know that prior to the election, there were 53 Republicans and 47 Democrats. Now, with the election still being counted, we know that Colorado gained one seat for the Democrats and Maine has gained one seat for the Republicans, but there's still 5 seats in question. Most of those are leaning more towards the Republicans. So it looks unlikely that the Senate will be controlled by the Democrats in the future, and that will continue to be controlled by the Republicans, but we're still have to wait to see if that's really valid. So while we're waiting on that election countdown, one thing I did want to note is that I heard 73+% of you registered voters voted, which is absolutely fantastic. It's the highest voting percentage since 1900. So the highest since 120 years. So let's hope going forward we can keep up our voting spirit and continue to show up like that, or maybe even show up more so. But I'm proud of everybody for going out and voting. So a couple things that Trump ran on and promised was that immediately after the election, should he win, that he would have a second stimulus, and that stimulus would be very large. So that is one promise. Another promise is that the payroll tax cuts that were kind of a deferral and were to be paid back in 2021, he has promised to make that a permanent payroll tax deduction so that there won't be any repayment, and also to make some further reductions to payroll taxes going forward. He also has promised lower corporate tax rates, moving from 21% to 20%, and also extending some of the favorable benefits that happened to the individuals that are set to expire in 2025, trying to make some of that more permanent. We know on the Biden campaign trail that he and others on supporting him promised a student loan debt forgiveness of $50,000 per student, that he would do that through an executive order. We know that he also promised an increase in Social Security income. He also promised tax credits to families with children. He promised increased hazard pay to essential workers and an expansion of Obamacare. He also stated that he would increase capital gains taxes, the capital gains tax rate, and that he would increase Social Security tax on families with incomes greater than $400,000. So those are some of the things that we can expect after we get a final, and when we no longer have, I shouldn't say that we have a contested election, it's still being counted, and there's just no final decision that has been stated. So hopefully we will know that sooner than later, and hopefully everything will maintain peaceful and nonviolent. That would be fantastic. So thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully we have a lot more. We're back to the stimulus next week. And meanwhile, thank you for tuning in. If you need to catch the replay, I will post my YouTube channel below. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe. Please comment below if you find value in this. The more likes, the more comments, the YouTube and Facebook algorithms like it, and I'll keep coming out to you. So that's a wrap for today. Thank you for joining me, and have a good day. Bye-bye.